So listen, we need you. We there's a war coming, and we need to train. Show no mercy, and I'm not talking about that Cobra Kai bull crap. Okay, we're the alpha elite.
Yeah,
the elite, the elite, the elite, the elite, the elite, the elite.
Okay, let's get right to it.
The elite. Super Kick.
We're here to discuss the next Karate Kid.
Super
the fourth
Kick.
movie in the franchise.
Super Kick. I'm done. Okay, listen. I know I said a lot of things about this movie over the last 3 reviews about how I cannot stand this movie. I still can't. But it's not as bad as I remember. Don't get me wrong. It is the inferior movie between the other 3 movies. But we still have one guy who is hamming it up. Actually 2. But yeah. Guys, in honor of welcome back to the Buttery Show. Leo Silver, Mike Kreese, and we're here to talk. As you saw, we are talking about in honor of Karate Kid Legacy or Legends. Karate Kid Legends. My bad. We are going to be talking about the next Karate Kid. And you know what? I was ready for all of the jokes, but you know what? All in all, this movie is not as bad as I remember because this is like 2008, 2009 when I watched it. So I'll be nice, and I'm just gonna say this: mid. It's mid. Okay, it's mid. It's mid, and it's a respectable mid. Now I do have questions that you're gonna help me answer because you watched Cobra Kai. So there you go. But yeah.
The answer is no.
I know you know what I'm gonna ask. You don't even know what I'm gonna ask.
I'm gonna ask, and the answer is no.
You don't even know what I'm going to ask.
The answer is no.
You don't even know.
Julie's not in this movie. Ironside's not in the movie.
Then what's the point? What was the point of this movie?
Do you know how pissed all the Cobra Kai fans were every single season that Julie did not show up? And it's like, Kreese shows up, everyone gets excited, but no Julie. Freaking the rest of the freaking Bobby Brown shows up. No Julie. Terry Silver shows up. No Julie. Chosen shows up. No Julie. Sean Kanan shows up. No Julie. Dennis shows up. Still no Julie.
Okay, okay, hold up. Then what about McGowan? McGowan, does he show up?
And in case you're wondering, neither of them show up in Karate Kid Legends either.
All right, well, I'm not a huge fan personally of the whole 3 weeks earlier teaser thing. I feel like, we should start our stories where they begin, not start them where they get interested.
Get out.
What?
Not sure why you said that, but
it's pointless. It's pointless. That's what I'm getting at. If you're telling me that Cobra Kai brings all the warriors back to fight Terry Silver. Now, I can't believe I'm going to argue this. I can understand that this took place in Boston, but come on. Seriously, you're telling me you couldn't. No. I got a point right here, Mike. You're telling me that you didn't have enough to get Hilary Swank? Or look, Michael Ironside is probably retired because this man's been playing Sam Fisher his entire career going into the 2000s. I get that. You couldn't tell me you couldn't give him an extra 10 grand to make one appearance? Or Hilary Swank? She hasn't been doing Oscar movies lately. She got time.
She was in Yellowstone.
Shut up. That's not the point. The point is
no. I agree. Like she should have had at least. Look, here's okay. You want me to give you a list of ways they could have incorporated this movie in both Cobra Kai and Karate Kid 6, or do you want me to wait until Karate Kid 6 to go through that entire list, including Cobra Kai?
We'll get to when we get to Karate Kid 6. We'll do it. We ain't got that. Let's just.
Yeah, you thought Karate Kid 2 would be the least relevant in the franchise, but it's actually Karate Kid 4.
It was me, Austin. It was me.
Wait. You thought Karate Kid 5 was the least relevant film in the franchise, but it's actually Karate Kid 4.
The next Karate Kid is a 1994 American martial arts drama film that is honestly pissing me off, even though I just said it was okay. Directed by Christopher Kane, produced by Jerry Wintertraub. It serves as the fourth installment. The film stars Hilary Swank in her first theatrical appearance in a starring role as Julie Pierce, and Pat Morita reprising his role as Mr. Miyagi from the first three films. With Constance Towers, Chris Conrad, Michael Cavallari, Walter Goggins, the highlight, and Michael Ironside in supporting roles. That's honestly it. This movie. Oh God! At this point, the movie cost $12 million. It made back $15.8 million. It was a flop compared to the third one. You could clearly tell that honestly, Pat Morita was honestly just winging it the whole time. He was. Let me put it like this: Pat Morita, love the man to death. Rest in peace. Great comedian. I'm gonna keep pushing that agenda. He's a great comedian. I got push. We got give him a push like it's wrestling.
Wait, did you just say
we are a secret club because of our agenda?
Pat Morita clearly was sleepwalking this movie, and it shows. And then obviously we have the new Karate Kid.
The next Karate Kid.
The Karate Kid of the new generation.
Yeah, well, Jaden Smith plays the Karate Kid after next.
Hilary Swank. I was going to say this. I enjoy Hilary Swank. Hilary Swank, again, first movie she ever starred in, and she would go on later to be in Boys Don't Cry, which is a very heavy LGBT movie. It is sad as hell, as you can hear.
$1 Million Baby.
$1 Million Baby. I think she won an Oscar for that.
Freedom Writers.
Yeah, Freedom Writers, which is my favorite movie she did. She was in The Gift, The Audition, The Core, which is pretty much Armageddon, but what if the Earth stopped rotating? Red Dust, P.S. I Love You, Birds of America, Conviction, The Resident, New Year's Eve, The Homesman, You're Not You, Spark, Logan Lucky, and was recently in a movie called Ordinary Angels. But she's also, as you mentioned earlier, is in she was in Yellowstone, right?
Yep.
Who the hell is she playing Yellowstone?
No idea. But that's the cited reason for her not coming back to Cobra Kai.
She also has recently been in what do you call it? BoJack Horseman, Alaska Daily, and Yellow Jackets.
That's probably what it was.
Okay, so it's Yellow Jackets, not Yellowstone. Because I'm over here like, look, I've watched plenty of clips of Yellowstone. I
haven't watched any of Yellowstone. All I know is that Dennis Quaid is in it.
No, I don't think Dennis Quaid is in it. I think you're talking about what's that fool's name? Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner.
Yeah, Kevin Costner's the main character.
What was Dennis Quaid in?
I don't know.
Was he in the prequel to Yellowstone? Because I know there was a spin-off to Yellowstone.
Maybe. Look, I'm not Yellowstone. I can't say I'm a Yellowstone fan because I just started watching it because Michael Landon's daughter. You know who Michael Landon is, right? The guy from Bonanza and Highway to Heaven. Well, his daughter is in the show, and my God, what a woman! Anyway, hey, she's great in that show. That's what I'm saying. That she's great. I freaking love her character in the show. But anyways, and then we also have Michael Ironside. I mentioned this earlier. Michael Ironside is a fantastic character actor. This man,
and I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part. Are you doing your part? Jonathan, are you doing your part? Yep. Anyways, this man has been in so many well-known movies, good and bad. He was in, what was that movie? Scanners. He was in the sequel to Prom Night. What was it? Something Mary Prom Night 2. I'm trying to remember.
He was in the
Hello Mary Lou. Hello Mary Lou. Prom Night 2. Scanners. Top Gun. Hey, don't you? Hey, don't take that away from me. I know he was in Top Gun. Okay, he's in Top Gun.
But did you know he was in JoJo Dancer?
No, I didn't. He's in Office Party, Watchers, Total Recall, Neon City, McBain, Point of Impact,
Heavy Metal 2000,
Heavy Metal 2000, The Next Karate Kid, obviously, Major Pain, Starship Troopers. He was in
Turbo Kid,
Water, Turbo Kid, The Machinist. Oh yeah, and we gotta review Turbo Kid at some point. Terminator Salvation, X-Men First Class, Stay, Extraterrestrial.
Oh yeah, he was one of the Russian dudes.
Yep.
He was one of the American dudes in Cuba.
The Covenant, Bloodthirsty, Tin Can, Nobody 2. And he was in one episode of the 18 back in the day. He was in ER.
He was in V.
He played Darkseid in the Superman animated series, going into Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. This man was the voice of all evil when it came to Darkseid.
He was also the leader of the Dragon Scouts in Jackie Chan Adventures.
Yup. And he was in arguably it holds such a special place in my heart when it comes to stealth games in general. And honestly, I'd probably say it's better than Metal Gear when it comes to the stealth. Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell series. Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow, Splinter Cell Chaos Theory, Splinter Cell Double Agent, Splinter Cell Conviction, because he didn't come back for Splinter Cell Blacklist.
He also reprised the role of Darkseid in Lego DC.
Yep. Again, Michael Ironside holds a special place in my heart. I freaking love Michael Ironside. You'll never, ever hear me say anything wrong about that man. So there you go. We also have our boy Chris Conrad, aka Matawan. Meet me at the docks, Matawan.
Everyone wants to be at the docks.
Everyone,
you ever been to the docks? The docks are dope. Did I ever mention the docks?
Now, I completely forgot what this man was in. But before I even get to that, this man was in Airborne, which is a certified 90s classic. He was also in, give me a second,
Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
No.
That's right.
I want that.
He really had his head. He really had his head together.
No. You should no. We're getting rid of him. So Chris Conrad, this man was obviously he was in freaking Airborne. He was in The Specialist with Sylvester Stallone and James Woods. He was in The Promotion. 3 Days in Havana. Sins of a Mind. He was in Criminal Minds for a couple episodes. Hercules: The Legendary Journeys with a very young, with a special Kevin Sorba, and he was in Young Hercules. He was also in Jag, Life, Patriot, and Perpetual Grace. But what everyone will remember him for, because he lost his head. Give me a second. I'm
stealing my thunder about Young Hercules.
Yes, I did. Because you stole my thunder. You stole my thunder. You stole my thunder for Johnny.
As I was saying, He was in Young Hercules with young Ryan Gosling and 2 Power Ranger actresses.
He was also had a special cameo, which unfortunately he dies. Unfortunately, he was Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat Annihilation. He was only in the movie for 2 minutes because Shao Kahn killed him. A waste of time. You gotta replace
him with Jack somehow.
Anyways, and then I mentioned this earlier, but I gotta talk about my boy because he's only in the movie for a hit, like a blink and you missed. We need to talk about my boy who is getting his flowers now, Mr. Walter Goggins or Walton Goggins. I call him Walter Goggins. This man. The last time we talked about Walter Goggins, so he is now a 2-time Buttery Show two-time Buttery Show appearance, was in Crow Salvation. This man was also in Evolution. He was in and notably he was in The Shield. He was in Quentin Tarantino's Django Unchained, The Hateful Eight, and what was it? He was in that
G.I. Joe Retaliation.
G.I. Joe Retaliation. I mean, he again a blink and you miss because he died in the scene.
Mm-hmm. He was in Hateful Eight, Maze Runner 3.
He was in The Accountant. He was in Predators. He was in Lincoln, Death Cure. He was in
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
He was in Ant-Man and the Wasp. He was in the 2018 Tomb Raider movie that was actually not bad. He was also in Cowboys and Aliens. Very underrated. I love Cowboys and Aliens. He was in Machete Kills, American Ultra, Diablo. He was in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, so he did.
He played Shane in The Shield.
Yeah, he was in NYPD Blue. He was in
Crowder and Justified.
Vice Principals with our boy Danny McBride. He was in one episode of American Dad. He was in the show 6. He was in an episode of Big Bang Theory, but most notably, his most recent project,
Billy Freeman,
Invincible and Fallout. Walter Goggins is getting his flowers, ladies and gentlemen. So when did you watch Next Karate Kid? Go ahead.
I'll tell you this. I definitely watched it after I saw the Nostalgic Critic review.
Okay. So, we're on the same boat then. Me too.
Yeah. Me too. So it was definitely one of those obligatory free weekends. That's what I know for sure. Was definitely one of those obligatory free weekends. With HBO, Star, Cinemax, etc. Because while I may not remember exactly how I watched Karate Kid 2 and 3, only that I watched them back to back. This actually, you know what? I remember now. It was Sundance. It was a Sundance channel.
The Sundance channel, yeah.
It was a Sundance channel. See, I could have been torn. Maybe it was HBO. Maybe it was Stars. No, it was definitely Sundance. It's like I saw the first 3. I may as well watch it just to see like is it really as bad as the critics said it was? And
he may have overshot it.
It was
mid.
Yeah, that's all I have to say on it.
I'll say this. As a pubescent child in the late 2000s, when I watched the Nostalgia Critics review of this movie, I even agreed with him saying the movie was a piece of crap. However, now that I'm a 30-year-old man with my own thoughts, I will say it is mid. It's a mid movie. It's not as bad as I remembered it was, but is it something you can go home and write home to about if it's good or not? Absolutely not. The movie is still bad. It's mid, and honestly, unless you are big on the Karate Kid movies, you're probably gonna forget about it. Just saying. Other than that, let's get started.
Let me tell you something funny about it.
Oh, go ahead.
I've seen Next Karate Kid being sold on DVD at Target.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the thing, though. But I never got it. You know why? Because it was packaged as a double feature with Karate Kid 3. It's like you had Karate Kid 1 as its own DVD, Karate Kid 2 as a separate DVD, and Karate Kid 3 only with Next Karate Kid. So no matter what, you can't get Karate Kid 3 by itself. You have to get Karate Kid 3 with Karate Kid, with the Next Karate Kid. So much so that when I actually got this DVD pack, guess what? Like, yes, it advertises 5 movies in one, but the reason behind it is that this is not actually 5 discs as much as it's one of those 4 movie packs. You know, like how you get like the first 4 Harry Potter movies, the last 4 Harry Potter movies, the Ninja Turtles trilogy plus the 2007 TMNT, or the Ocean's 11 trilogy plus the Frank Sinatra one. You know how you have like 4 movies as a pack?
Yeah.
This is literally the 4 movie pack because here you got the disc. Here, hold on, let me pull these out for you real quick. All right, so let me pull these out. Okay, so they're always packaged like this. You know, you got the 4 discs stacked together, one on top of the other. Okay, so Karate Kid. Oh, this is new. This is different, actually. Karate Kid 2 and 3 together instead. What? See, I didn't even open this. Like, that's crazy, man. It's like, yeah, Karate Kid 2 and 3, the next Karate Kid, and then finally the Karate Kid. So, yeah, it's 4 discs. I'm going to put this facing in the opposite direction because it's supposed to be in the correct order. But yeah, no, but typically it's part 3 with the next Karate Kid, while Karate Kid Part 2 is its own separate discs. But hey, you know, that means I could toss out 2 of these discs and have a full trilogy with only 2 discs. Nah, I'm just kidding, y'all. But yes, typically Karate Kid 3 is double billed with Karate Kid 4. It's the only way to watch either one of these 2 movies. You get them as like a double pack on one disc. Apparently not here.
That's actually pretty cool. I'm actually impressed. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I just surprised myself. I was expecting a letdown, but I was happily surprised. Although I still don't understand why the title, The Moment of Truth, is written in French. Le moment de vérité.
Anyways, let's get started. All right, let's get started. So we're gonna
Kid.
Oh my god, we're gonna mow through this really quickly. So I'm just gonna say this real quick. Me rewatching this movie was a pain in the ass because there is not any streaming service. Like, it's not on Hulu, it's not on Netflix, it's not on HBO Max, it's not on Sling TV, it's not on Amazon Prime.
It used to be on HBO.
Yeah, I know. That's why it sucked. It wasn't on Tubi TV. It wasn't on Pluto TV. It wasn't on Plex. It wasn't on Roku channel. Yes, I ran through 9 different streaming platforms to try and find this before I almost rented this on Google TV. By the grace of God, and I want to give a big shout out to this guy really quick, his YouTube channel. Shout outs to, give me 1 second. Shout out to Star Cobra Kai. He had the entire movie split into 35 parts. 35 parts split on YouTube. So I literally had to go back in the days of YouTube where in order to watch an entire movie on YouTube, you need to have the autoplay on. Even back then, they didn't have an autoplay. Back in 06, 07, there was no such thing as autoplay. If that video was done, you had to hit the next one. But I had to go back to my old
in the old YouTube days. This movie would have been 11 parts.
Yeah, well, no, depending, because remember, around 2007, 2008, that's when the copyright started to kick in, just a little bit.
No. It still would have been 11 parts because video would be maximum of 10 minutes.
That is true. That is true.
And the whole movie is an hour and 47 minutes, which means you would have to split it into 11 parts, with the last part being 7 minutes.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Full Metal Alchemist, the movie, was 10 parts because it was an hour and 40 minutes.
I remember I watched all of the Dragon Ball Z movies on YouTube. If I remember correctly, yeah, they were split into 10 parts. Some of them were even split into 5 because someone was able to sneak. Because this is around the time where YouTube was kind of letting you put in more videos that are over 10 minutes. So I had some of them where they were 15, 20-minute parts. But anyways, let's get started. So I didn't get to the part where Miyagi was being honored for fighting in World War II, but Julie,
it's because his friend passed away, so he was having that that military funeral thing.
Yeah, it don't matter. So he meets up with Julie's grandma, right? And so Julie is the girl who's on the wrong side of the track with nothing to lose because her mama and her daddy died in a car accident, and now she lives with her grandmother. I kid you not, people. She literally threw that exposition in just threw that.
Sarah's my mom's name. My name is Julie. She died in a car accident with my dad, and now I'm stuck living with you.
Just threw that fastball into the audience every time she.
Miyagi's just awkwardly sitting in the dining table, just listening to the whole thing. What is this? Is this a bad comic book movie?
No. It's 90s white girls always have something to complain about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So basically, it's Miyagi do scare straight program. You go to California to take care of Miyagi plants and say hi to Daniel-san for Mr. Miyagi.
And you will be sold off for Sams and woo-woos. You'll be sold off for cigarettes. You want to go to jail? You want to call your grandmother to get commissary money. And then been told to cough up the dough, cough up the cigarettes.
It's crazy is that cigarettes. Kurama was in the demon world in the 4th season, and he was still able to call his mom.
Susus and Wham Whams. You want me sold for Susus and Wham Whams? Peel this orange. Peel this orange, Julie. Come on, peel it. Use your teeth if you have to. It better be fucking perfect. I don't want to see no white stuff. Yes, people, I am quoting Beyond Scared Straight when that one kid was throwing up the set saying he was a gangster. Look it up. So Miyagi had her grandmother go to California, and guess what? Her grandmother had more screen time than Daniel's mama in Karate Kid Part 2 and Part 2
and 1 and part I was gonna say in Part 1, but
so Julie has a stick up her butt, but there's more to it because we are now dealing with the Alpha Elite. So a Dollar Tree version of Cobra Kai, ran by our boy Michael Ironside, and she runs into this guy named Ned, played by Michael Cavallari. I'm gonna put up a picture of that man because he deserves his respect. Because Michael Cavallari, go ahead.
I'm gonna say this. Say what you will about Cobra Kai. At least, Kreese actually taught his students some level of discipline. Mike Ironside was just being an asshole. He's like,
no. Michael Ironside was literally telling folks, you need to kill him.
Yeah, Mike Ironside is literally Andrew Tate. He's like, if you want to be a real man, you're gonna pay me $10,000 to go on an island for 2 guys to humiliate you for 2 weeks straight. I'm talking about them screaming at you, them slapping you, them spanking you, and they will outside spoon you at night while completely naked because, as Fresh and Fit would say, boys being boys.
No. you know what? You got to get what you want, and you got to take it. You got to murder. I'm a man. That's what we do. You know, like is it wrong for me to ask for $1 million and get a fast car? This is what's wrong with this generation. This generation does not know how to be men. Now, excuse me, I'm gonna get arrested in Romania for some stuff that I did, and they found out because I ordered pizza. Oh, here comes my Romanian pizza. I'm not a big fan of Andrew Tate. I just want everyone to know this. It's the reason why I'm going off about him right now.
Honestly, I think he's a closeted homosexual, which is an insult to the open homosexuals who are living their best lives, not being criminals, not trafficking humans.
And listen to as much go-go music as you possibly can, because go-go music is the shit.
And like we love go-go music. And like Fresh and Fit, same thing. Because like think about it really carefully. Like two guys like salsa dancing with their women, like with a woman's body pressed tightly against you, sweating on each other, having the time of your lives. That's gay. But your best friend completely naked, spooning with you under a blanket. Nah, fam, that's straight. That's just boys being boys.
He would say something like that. And real quick, to get back on track, but I have to say this right now. Happy Pride Month. And number one. Number two, if you are looking for a really good comedy show to watch right now, Mid-Century Modern is fantastic. Our boy Nathan Lane is in that show, and I'm a sucker for Nathan Lane. I have loved this man's work since Birdcage, and I'll go even further since Addams Family Values when he had his cameo. Hook 'em, book 'em, cook 'em now. I am probably the biggest Nathan Lane fanboy in this crew. I will watch just about anything with that man.
Even Nathan the producers.
Oh, I love the remake to the producers. I love the original and I love the remake. Nathan Lane can do a Shakespearean play with a broomstick, and I will give it 5 stars.
I'll say this. While I do prefer the cast, the overall casting of the original producers, not gonna lie, they did a lot of improvements on Springtime for Hitler, which is a song in the movie. In the movie,
which, make that clear.
But what's really interesting is it was originally a movie way back when, with Mel Brooks and whatnot, and then it was adapted into a stage musical. And what's interesting is that the newer one with Nathan Lane and Matthew Broderick is based on the stage musical. So, in the words of Jay Krakowski from 30 Rock, it's a movie based on a musical, based on a movie.
Anyways, all right.
Mystic Pizza, people. Mystic Pizza.
Getting back to Karate Kid real quick. Michael Cavallari, I just want to give this man his flowers. This man was in so many, he's retired now, but he was in so many really good shows. He was in Sopranos. He was in an episode of Sopranos. He was in freaking NYPD Blue. For those of y'all who remember NYPD Blue. He's been around, and he's a great character actor. You should totally just look his stuff up. That's all I will say. But no, he plays Ned, who is literally a walking red flag. He is a walking
every
red
way
flag.
matchable.
This man is stalking Julie. Like, him and his Alpha Elite crew follow her back to her to where like she feeds her freaking pet hawk and stuff like that. This man is like awesome. I just want to say this right now.
Even when McGowan escorts her to the bathroom, the dude's like, just remember,
she's mine, right?
Yeah. It's like maybe the next Karate Kid wasn't so much about Julie being the Karate Kid as much as it's about Eric McGowan being the Karate Kid. Because think about it, Eric would be Daniel in this case, and this dude would be Johnny Lawrence, because Johnny Lawrence is like, hey, Allie is mine. But Allie would much rather feed her hawk.
So Julie and McGowan They become a thing, kind of, sort of. Like she's rough on the edges. Miyagi is trying to see what's up with her, and obviously Miyagi does not know too much about girls, and he even says that because let's just face it, he's been
like,
mainly around.
Train boy, easier than girl.
Well, yeah, especially a pubescent girl, a pubescent 90s girl, a pubescent white 90s girl.
So what you're saying is that Kimberly Hart would be harder to deal with than Aisha.
No, yes, I am. Yes, I am. You want to know why? And honestly, this also has something to do with the fact that Julie's from Boston, and a lot of people from Boston. No disrespect to any of our audience members who are from Boston, y'all need to chill. And I thought New Yorkers were bad. Dog, people from Boston are crazy, and clearly Julie was drinking the Boston tea, pun intended. So Julie, before she gets ran over, goes in the tiger style and jumps on the roof of a pizza car, and so she doesn't get ran over. And Miyagi's like, "Yo, where'd you?" After she calms down, Miyagi's like, "Yo, where'd you learn tiger style?" And she's like, "Well, my mom and dad used to have me do karate, right?" And he's like, "Okay, cool." It's like, "Why? Do you know how to do karate?" Like, "Yeah, I can teach you karate, but all right, but you don't clean my car, wax off." He's like, no. And before we get to the wax on, wax off, shut down. Homework. Yeah, you gotta do your homework. And also,
math homework and one history homework for one karate lesson.
Wax on, wax off. She immediately cuts that off. And then he gets her a job as a babysitter to babysit 3 little white boys who I swear to God were like extras from Halloween 6 Curse of Michael Myers.
Cue 90s upbeat montage.
So afterwards, we get to her trying to feed her hawk again, and the Alpha Elite are stalking her. She manages to break the fire alarm, only to find that Michael Ironside is going with the police too. So Miyagi takes her to the monastery in Boston, and she starts to learn more about self-discipline because she's enraged. Let me put it like this. Hilary Swank's character is what happens if you turn Raphael from Ninja Turtles into a cranky ass white girl from the 90s and put her in Boston. That's the best way to put it. So she learned several things: patience, dodge, and don't kill a living thing, because she tried to kill a cockroach. And everyone started shunning her, and then she say the praying mantis, and they all loved her again. And while she's doing her katas, which I'm not gonna lie, her katas were good. They were legit. They were good katas. The guys that were hanging out with Miyagi started dancing to the music, and because she thought she was doing something wrong, because she was doing this in front of the Buddha statue, but then they started dancing, and Miyagi started dancing. And
yeah, I actually appreciate how all the monks were doing a dance sequence to that one song.
Yeah, and that's almost correct too. It slapped. And then we get a montage of her actually doing the things, dodging.
It took us a goddamn long time. Honestly, up until that mantis scene, the character was so insufferable.
I think we were 45 minutes into the movie when they actually start doing this. So it's this movie. I think my biggest problem with this movie drags its freaking feet in the dirt to get to the point.
And I'm gonna be honest to you, for me, the monks were actually the best part of the film.
They were.
Honestly, I'd rather see a spin-off about the monks.
Hey, to the producers of Cobra Kai, can we get the monks, please? Like, can we get the monks to a spinoff? Like, I know they're older now, but can we get like their kids or something like that? Monks have
monks
kids.
Don't have kids.
Hey, listen, Miyagi.
Unless they had kids before they committed themselves to the monastery.
Listen here. Miyagi is a World War II veteran who took them out to go bowling. You're not gonna tell me that some of these monks got some phone numbers, okay? And maybe did a little dibbling dabbling in if you know what I'm saying.
No, they would definitely not do that. Bowling is one thing, but there are certain vows monks cannot break. Again, you could just say, at least one of those monks probably had a family before deciding to become a monk. Then they became a monk, didn't have any family beyond that. And we could focus on one of the kids of the monks, and maybe they wanted to reconnect with the monastery that their dad, went to get cigarettes from.
Or okay, fine. Or one of them was on some Kit Fisto nonsense from Star Wars and had a family. Because Kit Fisto did have a child in Star Wars.
Mundi had 4 wives.
And if I remember correctly, there was one Jedi survivor who had kids before Order 66 and escaped. And it's still alive right now. I can't remember the kid.
There was a clone that had a wife and a kid.
Yep. So, again, one of those monks may have fooled around.
Actually, you know what? You know that one deserter from Clone Wars?
Yes.
Yeah. I would love to see his kid become a rogue. No, not a rogue, smuggler. Han Solo.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. It's like give Boba a run for his money. It's like you're not the only son of that one Mandalorian. Technically, I'm your nephew.
So afterwards, they go back to Boston. Oh, they have a birthday cake for her. They shoot an arrow at Miyagi. Miyagi catches it as a birthday present. They go back to the mean streets of Boston. She hooks up with McCowan again. The Alpha Elite call animal control on her Hawk. They get the Hawk out animal shelter. And Miyagi and Julie have the Hawk fly away after Miyagi does his Asian magic. And I'm saying that, and not in a disrespectful way. I'm saying because this touching Daniel's shoulder and then his leg, and he's A-okay. I'm like, no, I know it's the 80s, but now we're in 1994. This is the 90s. I'm so gonna be the people. This is the 90s, okay? The mid 1990s. Everything that flew in the 80s, get that out of here. This is the 90s. The 90s are gonna make the 60s look like the 50s, okay?
I can't wait for you to watch a certain scene from Karate Kid 5.
Listen, Mike, I need you to come into the 90s. This is the 90s, man, okay? It's nothing but space and opportunity. The sky is the limit of the 1990s. Okay.
Yeah. Nothing but High C and Capri Sun and
Surge and
2 p.m. 2 p.m. Fox Kids on a weekday afternoon. Bobby's World Life with Louie.
Oh, I forgot we're in 1994, but Cow and Chicken doesn't come out until 98.
Yeah. Followed by Pictionary and Judge Judy.
We got some Batman the Animated Series. We got some X-Men and Spider-Man coming your way.
You got Jason Arvin and Paul Schreier hosting the bumpers on Fox Kids in late 1996.
We got the first trailer to Mortal Kombat the movie and the first teaser trailer to Batman Forever. Mm-hmm. We got special edition VHS copy of The Lion King and Shawshank Redemption and Forrest Gump.
And you had Naked Gun 33 1/3 and the movie Chase starring Charlie Sheen both come out 3 months before a certain event that connects these two movies to each other. I swear we gotta do the Chase at some point. Both movies came out just weeks apart. Just a couple of months before. What
the juice is loose.
It's like, let's combine this movie and that movie.
Hold on. We are going to make Lethal Weapon 4 starring Mel Gibson, Danny Glover, and Orenthal James Simpson. We're going to call Lethal Weapon 4 The Juice is
Wait, speed 1.5. If this Bronco goes faster than 15 miles per hour,
it will explode. If you get out of the Bronco, it will blow.
If the Bronco goes faster than 50 miles per hour, it will blow.
Dennis Hopper returns as the clone of Howard Payne and is trying to get his revenge on Jack.
And Howard Payne has crow lines.
Hold on. So we're gonna make a new Highlander because Highlander the Sorcerer came out. So the next Highlander 4 movie is gonna be Highlander the Bowl Game. And it's gonna be starring Christopher Lambert, Adrian Paul, and Orenthal James Simpson. Because in the end, there could be only 3. And as long as the gloves don't fit, he will acquit and have
your head from your neck.
You know what? We're done. Okay. Let's not lose our heads. Let's get back.
Speaking of losing heads, you know what you should not do? Bungee jump from a gymnasium.
Oh my God. So the prom scene. So how McCowan asks Hilary Swank out to the prom. By the way, Hilary Swank, very pretty woman. She was 20 when she did this movie, so I can say this because she's now 50. Because Hilary Swank and I are about 20 years apart. Very pretty woman. I didn't realize that. But they're having their prom. Miyagi takes the monks to go bowling. They win. They teach a guy how to make a strike with a blindfold on. And as prom is about to conclude, the Alpha Elite do something stupid. They have 3 fools bungee jump. One of them breaks his arm. And then McCowan takes Julie home. He tries to give her a kiss. Ned comes in, full on baseball swinging, breaks his window.
I'll be your Huckleberry.
Yeah, I will be your Huckleberry. So McCowan meets at the docks, gets jumped.
Wait, real quick. Zen bowling. If you Zen bowl, you'll score 300, no problem. And they prove it to that racist dude who tries it himself, and then he actually bowls 300, just like how the monks promised, and then he stopped being racist.
They like monks and white bowlers just dapping up like Cyclops and Ryu in X-Men versus Street Fighter. So the docks. Ironside blows up McCowan's car, and everyone Alpha Elite jumps this fool. And Ned has a change of heart because Ironside tells him to finish him. And I'm over here like, hey, yo, this ain't Mortal Kombat, dog. And they're all like, yo, he's had enough. We whooped his ass. We don't need to kill him. He's like, the war is coming. What war? The war is over, Johnny. I'm sorry. That's Rambo. That's wrong movie. Wrong movie. That was Rambo. So Hilary Swank and Miyagi come to save him. And then Hilary Swank ends up fighting Ned because she needs her self-respect. And so she gets the sword of self-respect, pulls it out of her chest, and whoops this fool. And he pocket sands her, and then we have a blood sport. We have a blood sport moment, but instead of her going full Jean-Claude with the crazy eyes, she closes her eyes and then whoops him, and does a parry counter kick, not a crane kick, thank God, and beats Ned. Ironside questions like, why won't you like it goes on a rant again about the war, even though there's no war.
What war? What war?
What the hell is that?
Seriously?
So he goes after Miyagi. Miyagi whoops this man once again because Miyagi, like Yusuke Urameshi, his hands are ready to eat for everyone. No mercy.
Honk.
No.
You wish it was Honk. You wish. No, he didn't care. He's just like.
And they walk off to the sunset, and that's the end of the movie. Like honestly, that's the end of the movie.
Yeah. Like it's like you like the guy could have said like, why didn't you honk his nose? And Miyagi's like,
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you,
we don't care.
Jerry.
I'm gonna go ahead and give this movie a rating. It's not as bad as I remember it was. It's still not good. There's a lot of plot points that there's a lot of. First and foremost, why is Hilary Swank so angry? Why are you so angry, girl? I know your parents are dead. You ain't gotta be this angry. There are guidance counselors at the school. Don't like. To be fair, I will say this: it could have been much worse. She could have been like the crazy, like the crazy white chick from The Craft, which came out 2 years later, mind you. Real talk, Hilary Swank's character would have been great if you took her out of Boston and put her in L.A. in 1996 with Rachel what's her name? What's her face? Rachel True. I can't remember the black actress's name. Neve Campbell and the crazy white chick who was also in American History X. She would have been a great cast member for The Craft because of how angry she was. She could have been using that witchcraft and I don't know, like blowing up a building or something. I don't know. But Hilary Swank was just so angry in this movie. And you know what? I will say this in her defense. She's from Boston, and most people from Boston are always angry, just like most people from New York are always angry. So you know what? I'll give the movie credit for that. What I will not stand for, though, is the fact that you got freaking Timu Cobra Kai. You got a man who, unlike John Kreese, and you even said it, John Kreese knew when to chill the hell out. Terry Silver, despite how wild he was, knew when to chill out. Michael Ironside is at 100. No, he's at 1,000 the entire time because he's literally teaching these teenage boys who, mind you, none of them look like they're teenagers to begin with. They all look like they're in their 30s.
Oh, one thing we did not mention. McGowan got a call from his mom. Obviously, it was Hilary Swank. But the thing is, McGowan didn't know it was Hilary Swank. Ironside didn't know it was Hilary Swank. For all we know, it could have been his actual mom with an actual emergency. It's like if you leave right now, I'm not getting you that recommendation for the Air Force, young man. It's like, bro, his mom might be dying.
But his dad, oh no, his dad's already dead. We're going.
The point is, it's like
Ironside's character's always at 1,000 in this movie, bro.
Man, I freaking like honestly, like if it were me, like I would have done the same thing McGowan did, but I would also flip the bird to Ironside. I don't care if I get suspended. I don't care if I get expelled. Like, this is one effed up teacher. I don't know why the school lets him be on school grounds. The dude straight up strangles his students
in broad daylight.
Mind you, said students are minors. And freaking, he committed so many crimes and started a gang. Like, freaking, like, how is he not in prison?
You should be in jail. You are, when they catch you, you are going to
federal prison. Not city prison, not state prison. Federal prison.
The amount of felonies that this guy had on. Also, he blew up another child's car.
Arson.
That's arson. You then had everyone jump this fool. That's
5-on-1.
A 5-on-1. That's assault and battery against a minor.
And then you assault a
girl. Citizen. No. You also assaulted a girl.
And a senior citizen who happens to be a war veteran.
Bro.
Props to Terry Silver. At least he's a Vietnam veteran. Ironside, what kind of colonel are you? Let me tell you, I was an ROTC in high school. I only had 1 year left of PE. I didn't want to spend it outdoors. I joined the ROTC. And let me tell you something. I learned so much in life in my ROTC course that I kept through the rest of my life. And let me tell you, my colonel, the one who was in charge of my school's battalion, our school's battalion. I don't know if you've ever met the colonel.
I did.
He's a cool dude. Kind of looks like
really cool.
Like, he was a man of discipline and respect. He was like a real life sensei, where like he makes it very clear: do not engage in combat if you can help it. Like he taught us military strategies and tactics for the purpose of not having to use it. You know why I read The Art of War by Sun Tzu? Because the colonel suggested that I read it. The colonel we had at our school was legitimately a hero, and yes, he was a Vietnam veteran.
He fought in Nam, baby.
This mother effer, played by Ironside, he brings an insult not just to the ring, but also to the entire state.
I'm gonna let you go on your rant. I'm gonna back up
for real though. People have served our country, whether it's stateside or abroad. People have spent so much time developing discipline, patience, conditioning both their bodies and their minds for our country, and nowhere in the Constitution or in any of the rules and regulations of the United States military does it give the right to any member of our service of people, whether active or inactive, to assault minors or coerce other minors to assault each other. Dugan, you do not deserve any chevrons, any bars. You don't even deserve the star that would go on any military rank. No pips, no diamonds, nada. You don't even deserve to be a private. Go to hell, Dugan.
I'll just say this. Hey, yo, Colonel Dugan, where were you on January 6, 2021?
He was probably with them.
You know what? No, I'm not going to get too political. I'll just leave it at that. This movie's a 5 out of 10. I was hell bent on wanting to give this movie a 1 or a 2. It's a 5. What is happening? Oh, okay, making sure. 5 out of 10.
This movie is 6.7 for me. Like it's not Dark Phoenix bad. It's not Captain Marvel bad. It's not, it's the movie
Mid.
doesn't get a passing score. It doesn't. But I'd sooner watch this than 108 other films I have seen and wish I could never watch again.
Okay, so we gonna finish this because I was just told my son tried to jump off of my girl's dresser. Let's get to the comments real quick. Oh, the nightstand. Oh, Jesus, this is even worse. All right, let's get to the questions. I did not do Commodore. I did not do Mike dirty. He did me dirty first when he addressed World Combat Annihilation. You kick rocks. You think Colonel Dugan would get fired and maybe get his rank stripped? No. It's the 90s. This is right before certain events happened in 2001. Don't put logic into this. Don't. Crow versus. Hey, and we'll call it Highlander Juice Party. Highlander. No. The Crow Juice Party, and then Highlander, There Will Be Blood.
Oh, Crow versus Highlander. It's rain.
No, Crow versus Highlander, the glove fits.
Oh, Crow versus Highlander, you will not acquit. Like you put parentheses around the word not, like in Evangelion.
Hold on. Crow versus Highlander, N-word, please. I got you there.
GG.
Karate Kid, the next Karate Kid, the Karate Kid after next. Stop it. Stop. We already kind of did that already. You might actually like Kung Fu Kid. I'm actually excited to watch Kung Fu Kid, aka Karate Kid 5 with Jaden Smith. Because to be fair, I'm just going to level with y'all. Taraji P. Henson is the only reason why I'm watching this movie. I love me some Taraji P. Henson. And this will be the prelude to when we actually start doing some notorious Taraji P. Henson movies that she has done for a certain man named Tyler Perry. I cannot wait. But guys, on the next review, which we don't know, I don't know when. You can tell me when.
Wait, I got one. Big Mama versus Medea.
Stop it. The next review, it will be The Karate Kid, aka Kung Fu Kid. And I'm excited for that movie. If you are new to the Buttery Show, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're trying to get 500 subscribers before summer is over. Be sure to follow us on our Instagram page at The Buttery Show and youtube.com/The Buttery Show and facebook.com/Buttery Show. Once again, I'm going to try to get this on Thread and TikTok. I got to work some kinks out. Give me a couple of weeks. You want to get a hold of any of us, find me on Twitter, Instagram, or X at @TheRex_Fox and twitch.tv/RecklessFox. I'm going to try to stream tomorrow. We're going to probably, I have The Boy, so we're probably not going to stream RE4 Remake. We'll probably stream Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. I'm not sure. I'm going to give him the choice for that one. Mike, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Boken_Kabuto and on Twitch at twitch.tv/BokenKabuto, where you can watch some of our reviews. And also, be sure to check out our sister channel, the Morphin Network, where we discuss all things Tokusatsu. We got Ultraman Z finale on Monday, as well as the final arc of the original Kamen Rider on this Sunday. And every Wednesday and Thursday, we got Kamen Rider Gav and #1 Sentai Gojuger, respectively. Which means this Tuesday we will be covering Karate Kid 5. Which leads us up to the final film in the franchise, Karate Kid 6, Karate Kid Legends, during the weekend.
All right, then.
You ready? Are you excited? Whoa.
Go, oh, it's all right. Everything will be all right. Anyways, all right, guys. This is the Buttery Show. This is Leo Silver, Mike Crease, and we will see y'all next time for Kung Fu Kid, aka Karate Kid 2010. Till then, remember, Strike first, strike hard,
Pocket sand.
No mercy. Pocket sand. Until